Welcome to Lake Sawyer. Sean Walker here. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. You might find I'm actually a little bit more chill, which is what I am when I am on my boat. So I'm on my boat here at Lake Sawyer, and I just wanna actually do something a little different today. I wanna just talk to you about why I love Lake Sawyer so much, why I love Black Diamond. I've lived in Maple Valley Black Diamond since I was a kid. I actually remember doing the marching band on Maple Valley Highway, which if you're from here, you know that's like unheard of now, would never happen. You know, that was just kind of the world back then. So one of the things I absolutely love about living here is the community. You know, it's just a great group of people. There was a season we actually lived on the lake for about 5 years, and now we live just across the street. We live lake adjacent, but we love our neighbors so much, and they were all so thrilled, you know, that our family was coming back. They're like, just move your boat here. So I literally just step right off out of my front door and walk right onto my boat. I can't miss it. It's amazing. There are just so many things about living on Lake Sawyer that are phenomenal. I mean, we have so many events that we do here. We have Santa Claus coming on this beautifully decorated pontoon boat with reindeer, elves, and all. And you've got little kids just waiting on the dock for Santa to come and drop them a gift. It's absolutely awesome. We've got the 4th of July, which is a big deal around here. We have a big fireworks display, but the whole day of 4th of July with canoe races and volleyball games and just so many things. And then a boat parade. There is definitely a community life that comes to being here on Lake Sawyer. Obviously, living in the Pacific Northwest, it's different here. We don't have that sunny and 72 that Southern California may have or Florida may have. So we definitely value the time when boating season comes. There are some people who are diehard. They just will not put their boat in until July 4th. That is their day. That's when they put it in. I'm a little bit different. The minute I get a hint that there's going to be some sun that day, I'm putting my boat in the water. And we have all kinds of boats. We've got pontoon boats, you know, ski boats, jet skis, you name it. It is a full throttle lake. We have, you know, specific times on weekends when the fast boats can go, when the slow boats can go. My pontoon, I lean a little bit more to a slow boat unless my daughter really wants me to pull her on the inner tube or the kneeboard. But I mean, it really is just one of those things where a lot of people around here don't go on vacation in the summer because you're kind of on vacation here in the summer. And that's just one of the beautiful things about it. One of the things that I find most interesting about people who are considering living here or living in the Black Diamond area, or especially living on Lake Sawyer, is there's so many different styles of homes. They're just beautiful, modern, contemporary construction to old classic cottage style homes to smaller little fishing cabins. There are still a few just small fishing cabins. You know, as this lake originally started, it was just small fishing cabins that eventually those lots would sell. Someone would build a newer home. And so there are still a few of those fishing cabins that are here that have been in families for generations. Right across from my home is a family they've owned this fishing cabin forever, and they just come in the summers. That's when you see them. There are summertime friends. One of the other things that's really significant about, you know, lake life, so to speak, is when you're talking about the real estate side of lake life, it really is an incredible investment. One of the things that they say, you know, kind of a real estate adage is they're not making more lakefront property. So you might find some trees that get cleared and up goes another development, but lakefront property, they're not making new lakefront properties. Lakefront properties tend to hold their value even in difficult up and down economic turns. You know, if we start to see a market softening, you're really going to see those especially those higher in demand lakefront areas, they really aren't as impacted as much as you would see other properties. So for people who do like that lake life, it also is a secure investment as well. I guess the third thing I love, and I didn't really realize I was numbering them, but I guess I am now. So the third thing I love, I just love the sense of community. The sense of community around here is absolutely amazing. It is not uncommon. You know, when you live in a neighborhood, you kind of have the cul-de-sac, and everybody comes out into the cul-de-sac, hangs out, and, you know, kind of just does their thing. When you're living on a lake, the lake is your cul-de-sac. You go out there, you're seeing other friends' boats, you're hanging out, you're tying up, you're buoying up. It's absolutely just so much fun. And when you're in a neighborhood, on a lake is really the only place that you could actually get away, kind of slowly going by someone's house, and they're going to come out and wave, where, you know, you couldn't do that in the neighborhood. Slowly driving by someone's house, they'd be like, okay, that's kind of creepy. It's not uncommon here. We can just kind of take the boat, go around the side, wave and hi to friends. Multiple times we have gone past a friend's house, we've stopped, we've anchored up, and we've just ended up having dinner. We just hang out, have dinner, and then when it starts to get dark, you know, head home. It's just that kind of vibe, that kind of community. That's just something special about lake life, that, you know, you're just kind of in a giant open watery cul-de-sac that is just a huge benefit to those who are here. I guess the last thing, and it definitely goes without saying, is just the recreational sports. I mean, just being able to hop on the boat, grab the kids, throw a tube in the back, and just be able to go around and just have so much fun for the day. You just come in, you're just exhausted when you're coming in for dinner. That really is super special. Also, when you see people in the morning, is a million times they'll be out on the yard or on the end of the dock, and quietly you just kind of hear somebody coming by as they're fishing off the end of their boat. Or their little kayak or whatnot. So there's just a lot of things that make Lake Sawyer incredibly special. I guess I'll add a bonus. So here's the bonus. What it's like to try and buy or sell a property on a lake is a little bit different. When it comes to selling, it's definitely a different buyer that you're looking for. It's a specific buyer. One, you're wanting someone who has the value for that lake life. Right? Lake homes tend to run a little bit more. And so somebody who really sees the value in that lake life. I remember not too far back, there was a property that was listed on the lake, and I noticed it was probably a little bit higher than I would have listed it at, but I said, well, let's see if they give it a shot. It wasn't too much longer that listing had expired, and the owner actually called me and said, Sean, what did we do? And so being able to go in and take a look and talk about a real pricing strategy, which really wasn't too far off. It was just, we needed a real pricing strategy. And also we needed to do some things to the home to express, hey, you want to be here. This is your getaway. Like, this is your home for your family, but this is also your getaway. We were able to do those things, and we were actually able to move the property in a month. So it sat for 5 months before, and then a month later we come and pick it up. We just do a couple of adjustments and we market it correctly. We target. You can't just blanket target flyers over at 10 Trails and expect that someone's going to come here. You have to go around and target people who are really wanting to make that move, who really made that decision. Hey, I'm at the phase of my life, I'm ready to live on a lake. The buyer side is an entirely different opportunity. So negotiating a home on a lake is a little bit different when you're considering like just buying one in a development. There are things to know. Where are you on the lake? What's the water like? Do you got a dock that you can just jump in? Or are you maybe on a side of the lake that the water goes down a little bit more as August and September rolls around? There are a lot of lake-specific topics that you want to know that are definitely going to impact your experience when you're buying a home on the lake. So having someone who can navigate that lake life tour with you is always something that is the most important. So I guess to sum up my little boat chat with you, I would say this: Black Diamond is a thriving, amazing community. Lake Sawyer is a beautiful gem in the midst of that as well. It really is growing. 10 Trails, there are new restaurants and just new events and things that people are doing. Just the creativity of this community is second to none. And so I love it here. I love being here. I love being a part of the Maple Valley Black Diamond community. Like I said, this is my home. And if this is something that you are feeling like you're being drawn to this area, I would absolutely love to be the one to answer any of the questions that you have. If you are interested, I have prepared what I call the ultimate guide to Maple Valley Black Diamond and Enumclaw. You can click on the link below and go ahead and just grab either one of those guides. Grab one or grab all three. And my contact information will be in those as well. Hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Sean Walker, backpack broker on a boat. I'm out.